Business was, I grew up in Los Angeles, and I was studying business in college and never done a...
Before we dive in, let me ask you this. Have you ever wondered what really happened to Tom Selleck? The man who once ruled TV screens as the ultimate American hero? Behind that legendary mustache lies a story most people have never heard. A story of fame, sacrifice, and survival. Because while the world saw confidence and charm, off-camera, his life was crumbling. From secret battles to heartbreaking losses. So stay with me, because by the end of this story, you'll see Tom Selleck in a way you never have before. Raw, human, and unforgettable. Tom Selleck was born on January 29, 1945, in Detroit, Michigan. His mother, Martha, was a homemaker, while his father, Robert, worked as a real estate investor and World War II veteran. When Tom was only 3 years old, Robert made a bold move. He packed up the family and left Detroit for California, chasing opportunity in Sherman Oaks, which was still mostly farmland. Robert took a commission-only job with Coldwell Banker, risking everything for a better life. The gamble paid off. By 1960, he was earning as much as the President of the United States. Growing up in California, Tom felt like an outsider. He was tall, too tall, awkward, and shy, but he turned that difference into strength, joining the basketball and baseball teams at Grant High School. Then, when he was 17, everything nearly ended. Driving the curves of Mulholland Drive with 2 friends, Tom lost control of his mother's red Chevy. The car went airborne and crashed. They survived, but that moment changed him forever. From that day on, he lived with gratitude, knowing how easily everything could be lost. After high school, Tom studied business at Valley Junior College while working part-time at a clothing store to help his struggling family. He dreamed of attending USC, and after years of saving, he finally got in during 1965. He joined the basketball team, but his sports dreams faded quickly. 7 games, 4 points, and no future in the league. His friends from the Sigma Chi fraternity pushed him into appearing on The Dating Game. He lost twice, calling it the most embarrassing thing he'd ever done. But that public humiliation opened an unexpected door. A casting agent spotted him and offered him a commercial for Pepsi. The ad paid $1,000 and launched his acting career. Then came the Vietnam War. In 1967, Tom was drafted but joined the California National Guard's 160th Infantry, serving 6 years, even responding to the Watts riots. But while he served his country, 20th Century Fox dropped him. When he returned, he trained under the controversial acting coach Milton Katselas at the Beverly Hills Playhouse. Katselas was harsh, sometimes abusive, but he pushed Tom to his limits. Tom endured it all, determined to prove himself. In the early 1970s, Tom Selleck struggled to make ends meet, modeling for Salem Cigarettes and appearing in small roles on shows like The Rockford Files and Charlie's Angels, as well as the low-budget film Daughters of Satan. Despite countless rejections, even being told he was too tall, he refused to give up. After 6 failed pilots, his big break came in 1980 with Magnum P.I. Though he initially disliked the script, producer Donald Belisario reworked the role into something more grounded, and the series made Selleck a superstar, drawing over 50 million viewers for its finale. At the height of his fame, Selleck lost the role of Indiana Jones to Harrison Ford due to his CBS contract. Beyond Hollywood, his personal life flourished when he married Gilly Mack in 1987 and welcomed daughter Hannah a year later. Choosing family over fame, Selleck left Magnum P.I. to raise Hannah on a quiet Ventura County ranch, once owned by Dean Martin. Tom also adopted Jacqueline's son, Kevin, who struggled with addiction. He battled alcohol and debt, entered rehab at the Betty Ford Center, and eventually rebuilt his life. Tom supported him through every setback, but the stress weighed heavily on the family. In 2015, Tom was sued for allegedly stealing 1.4 million gallons of water during a severe California drought. Investigators claimed his tanker trucks filled from a public hydrant multiple times. Tom paid a $21,000 settlement and stopped taking water, but the scandal tarnished his reputation. The drought also devastated his ranch. 2,500 avocado trees and 25 oak trees died. His once thriving business collapsed completely. After years of searching for a new breakthrough, Tom found success again in the early 2000s. He starred in Jesse Stone, a series of TV movies based on novels by Robert B. Parker. From 2005 to 2015, he appeared in 9 films, even co-writing some. Then, in 2010, he became Frank Reagan in Blue Bloods, his longest-running and most successful modern role. He earned $200,000 per episode and led one of CBS's top-rated dramas for over a decade. But in 2023, the network demanded a 25% pay cut to save money. Tom agreed, sacrificing $1.2 million, yet the show was still canceled in 2024. The finale left the entire cast in tears. Tom later said, "We were winning the night. I thought we'd done enough." By this point, age and pain had caught up with him. He injured his knees during a stunt in 2015, and by 2024, both had been replaced. The surgeries left long scars and chronic pain. The medication caused weight gain, swelling, and depression. At 6'4", he now weighed nearly 350 pounds. Friends said he hid junk food and struggled to walk without help, but he refused to retire, saying, "Retirement scares me." In May 2024, he released his memoir, You Never Know, co-written with Ellis Hennigan. For the first time, Tom told his story openly. The near-fatal crash, the roles he lost, the fame that broke him, and the love that saved him. The book became a bestseller and reminded the world who he really was. Not just a television hero, but a man who kept fighting, no matter how hard life hit. By 2025, at 80 years old, Tom Selleck was living quietly on his Ventura ranch, the same one he had fought for decades to keep. He admitted that the upkeep was too much, the loans heavy, and the peace he once found there had faded. "Am I set for life?" "Yeah," he said, "but maybe not on a 63-acre ranch." His health was failing, his career slowing, but his pride remained intact. Tom Selleck built a life defined by grit, loyalty, and humility. From Detroit to Hollywood, from Magnum P.I. to Blue Bloods, he became a symbol of decency in an industry that often forgets what that means. Today, as the cameras fade and the lights dim, what's left is a man who has seen it all. The triumphs, the heartbreak, and the silence of time catching up. Because sometimes, the toughest battles aren't the ones we watch. They're the ones we live. That was the story of Tom Selleck, the man who had it all and almost lost it. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.